right, we are back with another show. If it's that easy, it is Saturday. This is a Saturday edition for all the games and some sports going on Saturday. So if you're watching, please like the video. And if you get a chance, go ahead and subscribe. So let's jump into it. Get some Saturday sports ready for you today. So I thought I'd throw another one in because I do flip around the channels and I get to watch it. There's golf going on today. So you got the Travelers Championship of all people. Scotty Scheffler is leading. And another thing I saw, so Victor Hovland, he's from Norway. Some of the Norway fans that were here for soccer, they actually went to the, I guess Thursday and Friday, they went to the golf tournament. And when he made it a putt, they started doing their rowing and making a lot of noise. These guys loved it. There was another guy, I can't remember his name too, but they were also following him. And when he did it, they did their rowing thing. It was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty neat to get some fans from across the pond over here hanging out with us. So if you're watching the Travelers Championship, so I would bet Scotty Scheffler is probably he's probably the favorite to win tomorrow. They haven't even started. He hadn't started today. So I've actually put a wager here or there before on golf. And what's kind of cool is if you do put it on him and he builds his lead today, you actually get part of your, like they'll say, oh, we'll pay you a little more because they won't pay you the whole part of the whole. Okay, sorry. If you put $5 down and you're going to win, let's say you're going to win 10 total on it. If he's leading at the end of today, they may say, well, you can cash out right now for $650, or you can hold on tomorrow, see if he wins for the full, other $10 or whatever. But that's kind of cool. I just thought I'd pass that on. But yeah, so golf going on today. Let's see. Go through FIFA last night. So the World Cup was crazy yesterday. France put on a show yesterday with whipping Norway 4-1. Sorry. So that was a really good pick to have right there. But Hovland, which is Norway's best player, did not play yesterday. I'm not sure why, but France's good players all played. As you can see, they put a beating on them. I didn't even watch the Senegal-Iraq one because I was watching the France game. And Senegal, 5 goals. Crazy. They're like, yeah, we're putting you down hard. So put 5 on them. So good for them. Cape Verde, they tied. And I think, let's see, did that mean? Yeah, they get to go. They move on with that tie. Saudi Arabia, I think they're holding on to figure out if they still win or not. So they're going to find out today after the games today if they're the top third, if they're a good third place team or not. So called that one as a draw. I like that. So Spain, I thought, okay, Spain should win, should beat Uruguay pretty easily. Did put a little prediction on that one. Thought it'd go pretty well. Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat to the very end of that match because honestly, Uruguay had multiple chances to tie it up. And honestly, I think they personally could have come away with like 3 or 4 goals. Spain seemed to struggle a little bit. So they were they were the favorite before the whole World Cup started. Well, I mean, some people had them, some people had France. After watching, I'll be honest, I've watched their last couple of games. Maybe they're holding back for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm going to have to go find somewhere where it says, do you pick them to win the World Cup? No. And put a little wager on that because I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm sure they're going to do well. They came out yesterday, did what they had to do to win. I did call Egypt and Iran as a draw, and that was a scary one because that was a good game. I'll say those players played hard, and with 2 minutes in extra time left, Iran scored a second goal, and the place went crazy. He ran over to the side. They're all jumping on top of him. They're so excited. He even obviously flips his shirt off to like, I scored, and then he put on these glasses that have his little symbols on them. He took pictures with that. I was like, okay, they're excited. Well, guess what? They reviewed the goal. Somebody was offside. I don't think it was him. Somebody was offsides. Took it away. My draw was intact. Phew! But poor Iran was heartbroken. But it was a good game yesterday. And then I didn't even watch the New Zealand-Belgium game because just from looking at the money line, Belgium was such a far favorite. I thought it'd be like a 2-1 or 3-0 win. No, they whipped them, and I don't think New Zealand scored till the very end. So good games yesterday. Let's see what we got going on today. Oh yeah, Croatia, Ghana. So I did some notes for these. Croatia, Ghana. Right now, I'm gonna go draw on that one. The over under for the goal, just like almost all of them, is 2.5 goals. I heard a guy say he would go under 2.5, but every time I've done that, they score like 10 goals. So, but I would go possible draw on this one because they're gonna be pretty good. Panama, England, got England winning. They're actually a pretty heavy favorite at -650. So you might want to go either the over under. He also said under 3.5. I don't know about that one. It might be good to go England maybe -1.5. Maybe they win 3-1, 2-0, something like that. Colombia, Portugal should be a really good game. You got some of the stars. Colombia is really good, and obviously Ronaldo plays for Portugal. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one there. I would actually go draw on that one as well. Portugal's a slight favorite at -105. I don't know. But you know what? Maybe the play is Colombia as the underdog because they are good. Maybe that's the play. Then we got Congo, Uzbekistan. I'm leaning on Congo on that one. As much as I want to say draw, I have a feeling the Congo will come out and win 1-0, 2-1, something like that. Algeria and Austria. Yeah, I'm definitely going draw on that one. I've seen my many weeks of soccer experience tells me draw on that one. Possibly, well, that over under is 1.5. I might take the over on that one because it might be a 1-1 draw, right? So, and then the last one, Jordan, Argentina. Yeah, we got to go Argentina on that one. Now Argentina doesn't have to win, and Jordan, I don't know if they're fighting for a spot, to play, but they haven't done well in their past games. So, I'd probably pick Argentina. Look, the goal is 3.5. Last time I picked Argentina I picked under the 3.5 goals. They had 3 goals at halftime. So I don't know about that one, but definitely Argentina and possibly Argentina maybe -1.5. That way, that means they're going to win by 2 goals or more. And, that might get you a little closer because that -650 not going to get you much. So got some exciting games today. Let's see how that goes. Now we get to baseball. Let's do a little bit of baseball here. Recap of yesterday. So yesterday, the Rangers shocked me again, but thank goodness Evaldi came through like he always does. Yeah, they were up. We were up 5-2 late in the innings. Yeah, the Blue Jays, of course, came back again, just like they did the day before. But oops. Got to call back that person. And they end up hanging on 5-4. I think there was 2 on in the bottom of the ninth, 2 out. So thank goodness the Rangers hung on. Good job there. Reds shocked me yesterday, winning 6-4. But we got them again today. And guess who I'm going to pick today? Tigers. Okay, I had picked the Astros yesterday. I don't know why. Tigers said, yeah, no. I think they waited for me to pick against them to go win 8-0, and it wasn't close from the beginning. So Orioles, yeah, Nationals have kind of worn me out. I kind of was I liked the Nationals for a while. Was winning with the Nationals too. They got a pretty good away record. Look at that, 24-17. But yeah, no, not today. Probably not this series. So Rays are coming back. They said, yep, we're going to take care of business here at home. Won 6-1, and it wasn't that close. Same thing with Boston. Yankees upset me, but never know. Never know what's going to happen. Boston beat them pretty good, 6-1 in their green Boston uniforms. Nothing like a green Boston uniform there. Phillies struggled a little bit. Mets put up a fight. Actually, Mets were winning for a little bit. Phillies came back 2-1, but that is my favorite for this series because, I don't think the Mets are doing well at all. Mariners kind of made me mad. I never know when to pick the Mariners. I pick them, they win, they lose. I pick against them, they win. I picked against them yesterday. You see what happens. White Sox saw me pick them, and they got excited. Look at that, 22-1. Did they use up all their runs yesterday? We're about to find out. Brewers, strong. unfortunately, beat the Cubs for the. I mean, I picked the Brewers. I just feel bad for the Cubs, but yeah, 6-2 win there. Look at that. Rockies and Twins had the game. Rockies came back, took the lead. Or sorry, yeah, took the lead 8-7. Twins tied it up 8-8 in the ninth. Go into the 10th, win the game. Thank goodness. Look at them in their cool uniforms too. I always think of them as like, well, not blue, but there they are. They're your Twins, blue. Marlins, yeah, pretty good. Shutout of the day there. Shut out the Cardinals. A's and Angels. I think I picked the Angels, and the A's were not having it. They scored some runs there. Definitely hit the over. Padres. I called the Padres yesterday. They were underdogs, and they took it to them. They were beating them. They were beating the Dodgers right out of the gate, 1 or 2-0, and then hung on. It was 3-1 for quite a while. Also, the Braves and Giants were 3-1 for quite a while, and it ended up staying that way. Went the under on that one. The under was like 7.5 or 8.5. Yeah, it was a good pick there. So yeah, that's our recap of those of baseball there. So here are your games for Saturday, June the 27th. Let's run through them really quick here. We got a full slate, 15 games, all 30 teams playing. Starting with the Rangers. Rangers in Toronto still, which is a beautiful city, by the way, if you haven't gone. Rangers pitching Quantrill. They actually had Rocker on the schedule. They changed that either late last night or this morning. Pitching, he's 3.73 ERA, but he only has appearances. I think he has one start maybe, and they've lost every time he's come out. Maybe they pulled him out there when we're getting beat pretty bad. Lost his last five appearances. But the Rangers are on a 2-game winning streak. They have been beating the Blue Jays there. Blue Jays are pitching Cease, 2.75 ERA, 2 good starts, 5 innings, 2 runs, 5 innings, no runs. They've won his last 3 starts. He beat Houston, Boston, and Philly. They have lost 4 in a row. All streaks come to an end. I have a feeling that our streak comes to an end today. It feels like a reliever kind of game that we're doing here, unless Quantrill is going to take us into the 4th or 5th inning, but that's not his MO. So I don't know why, but I got to go Blue Jays today. Maybe a little reverse psychology, but I'm going Blue Jays today. Yankees and the Red Sox. Yankees are pitching Garrett Cole, 3.62 ERA. He lost his last start to Detroit, but he won the prior two against the White Sox and Cleveland. They have lost 2 in a row, but the Red Sox are pitching Bennett today, 3.71 ERA. They've lost all 4 of his last starts: Colorado, Toronto, and Tampa Bay twice. They've won 2 in a row, but you know what? I got to go Yankees today. I think the streak ends here, and they'll get back on track. Yankees over Boston in possibly their yellow uniforms. They have yellow ones too, so in case you didn't know that. Houston and the Tigers. Houston pitching Tang, 4.03 ERA. They won his last start, but they lost the 4 prior. And Houston has now lost 1 in a row because they did beat the Tigers the first day. But Tigers are pitching Valdez. He's an ex-Astro. 3.91 ERA. They won his last start against New York. They've now won 1 in a row. We're going to stick with the Tigers. After that 8-0 drubbing yesterday, they're not a huge favorite at minus 131. You can still make a little, little cha-ching off of that. But we'll go with Tigers. Reds and the Pirates. Reds are pitching Burns, who's been a great guy for them this season. 2.0 ERA. Last 2 starts, 5 innings, 1 run, 5 innings, no runs. Won his last 3 starts. He beat the Yankees, the Mets, and the Padres. So he's beaten some pretty good teams. Reds did get hot for a while there. They did win 1 in a row. They won yesterday against the Pirates, who pitching Jones, 5.75 ERA. They lost. They won his last start, and they won 4 of the last 5. They beat Colorado and the Dodgers during that streak. But they did lose yesterday. Reds are favored because Burns is a good pitcher, possibly their top pitcher. So we're going to go Reds today. Phillies and the Mets. Phillies pitching Rangel, 2.25 ERA. His last 2 starts, 5 innings, 1 run, 3 innings, 1 run. I don't care how many innings you go, as long as you don't give up more than 1 run, you're doing pretty good. They did lose those last 2 starts, and he's more of a appearance guy, like a reliever that's coming in, Maybe he makes these. That's when his innings have been in the middle of games. He's going to start today, as far as I know, but they have won for the last 5 games, and they won them all in a row. So the Phillies are on a roll there. Mets are pitching Scott, 3.10 ERA. They won the last 3 starts he had. They beat St. Louis, San Diego, and Miami, but they haven't won a game in quite a bit, and they've lost the last 5 in a row. We're gonna stick with the Phillies until the Mets show us otherwise. I'm only guessing they're favored because this is a type of a reliever game for the Phillies, but I don't think it matters because I think the Phillies bats show up and show out today. So Kansas City pitching Waka, 3.48 ERA. Won his last start against Tampa Bay, lost the prior 4 to Washington, Texas, and Minnesota, to name a few. The Royals have lost 3 in a row, playing the White Sox, who scored 22 runs yesterday. Pitching Martin, 3.18 ERA. He's one of their better pitchers. They did lose his last 2 starts against Detroit and the Yankees, but they have won 1 in a row. We're going to stick with the White Sox today. Hopefully they didn't use up all their runs in their 22-run outburst yesterday. Hopefully they got a little bit left in the tank for today. D-backs are pitching Cabrera. This is going to be his second start. His first start, 5 innings, no runs. Pretty good there. But they did lose. They lost to Minnesota. They have lost 1 in a row, too. The Rays might be getting back on track. They're pitching a guy named Sulser, 5.4 ERA. He's also a reliever kind of guy. But every time he comes in, he's not giving up any runs. So I think they're trying to see how many innings we can get out of this guy. Mostly he's pitched 1 inning. He has a couple of 2 innings in there. So we'll see how that goes. But the Rays have won 3 in a row. I feel like their bats are getting hot as well. So we're going to stick with the Rays until otherwise notified. And they're a pretty heavy favorite at home today. Yeah, I say that's usually when they go against me there. Nationals pitching Griffin, 3.15 ERA. His last 2 starts pretty good. 7 innings, 1 run, 6 innings, 1 run. They won both of those 2, and they won 4 of his last 5 starts as well. He's beaten Philly, beaten the Royals during that time. The bad thing is the Nationals have lost 4 in a row. They're struggling there. It's probably a bad thing as well. Orioles are pitching Young, 3.07 ERA. His last 2 starts pretty good. 5 innings, 1 run, 6 innings, 3 runs. His last start, he beat the Dodgers, and they've won 4 of his last 5 starts, beating Seattle and Toronto in that stretch there. We got to stick with the hot team. So we're going Orioles. I said this a couple days ago, not to be looking at streaks, but how can you not look at a streak? It's a streak for a reason, right? They're winning for a reason. Something's gelling for them. I say it keeps going in Baltimore. The Mariners pitching Gilbert today, 3.29 ERA. He's got 2 really good starts in his last 2. 6 innings, 1 run, 7 innings, 1 run. They've won his last 5 starts. He beat Boston, Baltimore, the Mets, and the A's during that time. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, and they have won 1 in a row, obviously, because they finally won. I picked against them, and they won yesterday. Guardians pitching Ciccone, 4.48 ERA. He's got pretty good starts, too. 6 innings, 2 runs, 5 innings, 1 run. But they've lost his last 4 starts. They are not giving this guy run support. And the bullpen, they lost to Houston, Milwaukee, New York, the Yankees, and the Red Sox during that time. They've only won 1 of their last 5 games, and they've won 1 in a row. Here we go again. We're going to see how this goes. Going Seattle today as the favorite in Cleveland. Let's see if they win. But I think they will. This time they pull it off. They're not mad at me anymore. I'm not cursing them anymore. This is it. Cubs pitching Peterson, 6.09 ERA. They've lost his last 3 starts, and they were all pretty much appearances, similar to like a reliever game for them. He pitched against Philly, the Reds, and the Cards. But they have won 4 of their last 5 games. The bad part is for the Cubs, they lost last night. So they've lost 1 in a row. Playing against the Brewers. Harrison's pitching, 2.50 ERA. His last 2 starts pretty good. 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 innings, no runs. They did lose their last game to Atlanta, but they won the 4 prior to Philly against the Phillies, the A's, the Giants, and the Cardinals. So they've actually won 5 in a row. Actually, as of yesterday, the Cubs and the Brewers had won 4 in a row. They beat the Cubs. So now they won 5 in a row. We're going Milwaukee. Rockies and the Twins. That was a good game yesterday. It came down into extra innings. They scored a ton of runs to go the over. Rockies pitching Lorenzen, 7.11 ERA. He's given up 17 runs in his last 5 games. They've lost the last 2 games, and they've lost 3 of the last 4. And they've lost 1 in a row. So the Rockies, yeah, kind of having a tough go there. Twins pitching Paredes, 4.05 ERA. They won his last 3 starts, so good for them. Beating Arizona, Texas, and Detroit. Okay, those aren't giant killers there, but still wins in the MLB. They're good. Twins have now won 1 in a row, and guess what? We're picking them to win 2. Twins taking care of business, minus 144 there. Marlins and the Cardinals. Marlins showed up yesterday, winning 4-0. Pitching Gusto, 6.0 ERA. Won his last start and 3 of his last 5 starts. They've actually won 4 of their last 5 games and 2 in a row against the Cardinals team, but Cardinals are pitching Palante. He's pretty good for them, 3.59 ERA, but his last 2 starts, 6 innings, 1 run, 7 innings, 2 runs. Won his last 5 games, his last 5 starts. Arizona, they beat the Padres, the Mets, the Rangers, the Cubs. They've lost 2 in a row. It's a pretty close spread there, but I think they right the ship. St. Louis wins today at home. I didn't get the over-under on that. Braves and the Giants. Braves pitching Elder, 3.71 ERA. Lost 2. His last 2. Lost 3 of his last 5. To Milwaukee and the Mets. A couple of the teams in there. But they did win. They finally broke that streak. They won today. Oops, sorry. All right. Okay, that's the Braves. Sorry. Let me go Dodgers real quick. Dodgers pitching Yamamoto, 2.65 ERA. 2 impressive starts, 6 innings, 3 runs, 8 innings, 1 run. They've won. They lost his last start to Baltimore, but they did win the 4 prior. They did lose last night, so lost 1 in a row. Padres pitching Vasquez, 4.17 ERA. He lost his last start to Texas and 3 of his last 4 starts. Now, the Padres have won 4 in a row, so this was a tough one for me because I do like streaks. But I'm going to go LA because they got the better pitching. And hitting can come around. We'll see what happens. But if the Padres win, I will be kicking myself because they are on a streak. Sorry, Braves pitching Elder, lost his last 2, lost 3 of his last 5, but they did win last night, 3-1. Giants pitching Webb, 3.35 ERA. Wow, his last 2 starts, both 8 innings, 2 runs, 8 innings, 1 run. He lost to Miami, and he lost 3 of his 5 starts, and they've lost 2 in a row. He's a good pitcher. No wonder they're favored there. So I went with the Giants. I said, pitching, usually good pitching beats good hitting. It also, the Braves pitcher, I forgot to say this, Elder, he's given up 24 runs in his last 5 games. Yeah, almost 5 runs a game he's given up as the starter. So he's struggling there. Let's go Giants to win. And then A's pitching Perkins, 6.26 ERA. Lost his last 2 and 4 of his last 5, but they have won 2 in a row. Angels pitching Detmers, 3.93 ERA. His last 2 games, 6 innings, 5 runs, 7 innings, no runs. They've won his last 3 starts. He beat the A's last time. Go figure. Beat Arizona and Houston. They are on a losing streak there, just 1 in a row. But we're going to stick with the Angels. They had a blunder yesterday. They come back today. So those are your picks for tomorrow. Hope everyone has a great Saturday. Sorry, those are your picks for today, Saturday, June 27th. Hope everyone has a great day, Saturday, great weekend. Get to watch some sports. Enjoy something, whether it's baseball, soccer, golf, if there's some kind of racing going on. Horse races will be there. Maybe we should do horse races too. But yeah, so enjoy it. If you're watching, like the video. If you get a chance, subscribe. And if you bet on baseball or golf or soccer today, I hope you win a ton of money. Have a great one.